Shoe on head, men on Reddit are not okay.
Hello again, friends, and happy Halloween. This Halloween, I have decided to dress...
I'm not gonna lie, still messes me up how she has her framing. Like the fact that it's not a whole 16 by 9, right? 16 by 9 ratio, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't like that.
As the scariest possible thing to my audience. A woman. As the OG YouTube pick-me, I have made many videos dunking on bad female behavior, ranging from terrible things like the creepy female teacher epidemic, to more silly things like women posting their L's in my Are Women Okay video. The video where I read embarrassing stories women willingly put on the internet about themselves. And that video has sort of become a fan favorite. So I've gotten many requests from...
It's funny, yeah, because it's like women who put stuff on the internet about themselves, because women don't get criticized. Okay, most guys know that when you're in school, you say something, you get teased about it, you get bullied over it, you learn to keep everything internalized. The problem is, I think women have a different kind of dynamic than guys do, where guys will bully each other and tease each other, and guys learn to clam up and never talk about anything that happens bad with them. They just keep it shut. They keep it quiet. Where women think they can talk to the entire world, because there's always going to be women that will pat them on the back and say, yes, we're there for you, girl. We've got your back. You did everything all right, when they're just describing like some heinous stuff.
You guys to do a male version of that video. But the issue I found is the male version just doesn't exist. No, I'm not joking.
Why.
I looked everywhere for the male equivalent, but it turns out, unlike women, men don't like to post embarrassing stories about themselves. Women will be out here openly talking about the time they got a yeast infection from the homeless man behind a Denny's, but a man won't even post about the time he said "you too" when a waitress said "enjoy your food." They take that to the grave. At least that's what I thought. Until I visited...
Like, oh yeah, it just reminds me of the Spider-Man, you know, with Tobey Maguire, that one scene where Mary Jane is waving to her friends, which are right behind Peter Parker, and Peter Parker sees her waving in his direction. He smiles and happily waves back, and then Mary Jane's friends pass right by her. The reason why that was there in that film is because every guy has pretty much been in a situation like that, where they'll say something or react to something thinking that, oh my gosh, this is my shot, only to be let down. Only to be let down, and they never talk about it. They never talk about it. But that's the thing. That's what's funny about that. Just like the, have a good night, you too, or whatever it is. Like, have a good meal, you too. You tell it to the waiter. It's just like, yeah, you're not going to talk about it because it's an embarrassing moment. That right there is an embarrassing moment. Sure, it's just a slip of a tongue. It's an instinctive reaction to, you know, trying to include the other person in whatever they say. But yeah, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
A dark, forbidden corner of the internet. I used a VPN, I changed my IP address, I went incognito mode, and I visited reddit.com. And I found one of the funniest and most depressing communities I have ever come across in all my years doing this. It's true, folks. I may have found the one place on the internet where men are posting their L's. Lord knows it's hard to be a man today.
Reddit.
You know, like, I couldn't imagine. You're told to be nice, but not too nice, confident, not too confident, 6 foot, 6 pack, 6 figures, have a perfect beard.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that I think really leads to... We have two people that are exactly the same, especially well, I can't really use the term males for them because I think they're just confused to begin with. But we have two groups of males in the U.S. We have the performative males, and then we have the incels, both of which are cut from the same cloth, except one of them, the performative males, go down the route of, you know what, I'm going to pretend to be their best sister so that way I at least have a shot. And then the other ones who feel the exact same way go the route of, I'm just going to hate women because how dare they make me feel like I'm inferior when I'm a guy, I should have at least have a say. Why am I being treated? It's funny how both of those groups came from the exact same problem. The exact same problem. Because, yeah, guys are, they're always held to a higher standard. Yes, it's not entirely one for one, but like women are allowed to speak openly on their standards. Oh, how tall are you? Oh, what's your how much can you lift? Oh, all these kinds of things, but you can't ask her about her weight. I mean, it's like 1-to-1 the same, but you're not allowed to do it. Guys aren't able to do it one direction, but women can always do it towards the guys, which honestly makes men feel inferior because they're looking around like, if I was just an inch taller, if I was just 2 inches taller. Like, what's funny is I was always blessed, but I was such a, my personality doesn't mix well with most people. Like when I lived in San Francisco, oh my gosh, I would open my mouth and then the women would hate me. The women would hate me because I would just speak my mind, because I believe in equality. I believe about treating everyone equally. I would do the same exact jokes and say the same exact things in a group of girls that I would say in a group of guys. I did not differentiate. Women hated me because of that, because they wanted to be treated special. It's like, no, you're just like the others. You're just like everybody else. You're not special in any way.
Or a perfectly clean-shaven face. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Before we dive into this video, let's quickly give a shout out to today's sponsor, Henson Shaving.
Henson
Most
Shaving.
razors force people into... Let's get back to the video. Are men okay? No. No, they are not. We have gone over this many times in more serious videos. Modern men are going through a lot, and for a long time there was nowhere for them to vent. Can't vent to your friends because that's gay. Can't vent to your girlfriend because that's gay. Can't vent to a therapist because that's gay. Everything is gay, except of course gay sex, which we all know is only gay if the balls touch. So what is a man to do? Where is a man to go?
I don't know about that last one, but yeah, the fact that you can't talk to each other. Like even when I'm talking with my like guy friends, it always turns around. It's like, dude, you're so gay for saying that. Of course, it's done like humor, but you're not allowed to open up. You are not allowed to open up. And that's the thing. It's just like guys learn, like I said at the beginning, guys have learned to keep things locked up because you're insulted growing up. That's just the dynamic. We build up walls around ourselves. We don't let anyone in. I mean, heck, who's seen the movie Bedazzled, where the woman constantly, she's writing down, the woman he's looking for, writing down what she wants in a man. She wants a sympathetic man. She wants basically a girl. And then he wishes to be that perfect, ideal man for her. Sympathetic, very in touch with his emotions, very cry on command, or not cry on command, but cry for every little thing. Step on a flower, you cry. You see a dead butterfly, you cry. And then guess what? He goes to that, and then what does she do? She goes for the bad boy first and foremost, because she doesn't want to be a part of this. She likes the idea of it. Like that's the thing. A lot of women like the idea of certain things, but they're never willing to go for it. They don't truly want it. Women want to be treated. Well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. But some people have been through enough. Let's just say there's a reason why 50 Shades of Grey was for a long time one of the most watched by women movies till the Barbie. There's a reason for that.
Reddit, of courr/, r/kitchen cells, to be exact.
What?
Kitchen cells is a Reddit page where, quote, incels go to vent their frustrations with the world, as well as show off the food they are consuming at the moment. Now, for those of you who don't know what an incel is a involuntary celibate. Somebody who, for whatever reason, cannot get laid or get a girlfriend. And for the people...
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know that's what it stood for. I did not know that's what it stood for. I had no idea. I just knew incel meant, a guy that hates women because women have always just shoved them off to the side, never give them the time of day. But involuntary celibate, okay, I get it.
Well, watching this, a girlfriend is a girl that is your friend, who you love. Like that little anime girl you watch in the corner of your screen, except she loves you back. So let's dive into this. Let's see what Reddit is cooking. Failed my f***ing driver's test today. I'm 26 years old, I can't hold a job, I can't get laid, I can't even drive. I don't deserve flavors. I dropped my salad. I fail at everything I do. I'll never amount to anything. I'm a perverted incel freak.
That's not a salad. That's basically spinach. Spinach and water.
Freak with weirdly long toes. Classmates that I have school shooter vibes. Bowl of sludge. What am I looking at? Is this your classmate? Holy shit, maybe they were right. Resident Evil ass meal. I asked my high school biology teacher out on a date the day I turned 18 via her.
Okay, that doesn't look bad. That does like there was the egg whites with plain bread. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing there. I hate eggs to begin with. So egg whites with plain bread, and then there was just the drop salad. Then it was the bowl of sludge. This doesn't look bad, except the chicken does look a little moist. A little too moist. I would prefer it a little more crispy than moist.
Steam account. She blocked me. This guy somehow managed to find the one female teacher that did not want to groom their male student. Incredible. Chicken looks good though. 7 out of 10. Asked a girl out and she started laughing. Oh, that's just a learning experience, dude. Got super hard. Rice. Oh. 5'10", rice looks good. The only girlfriend I've had was on an online game when I was 11. I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you this.
It's a guy.
That was a man. That was a
guy.
45-year-old man. Made this cake to celebrate.
I remember that. Oh my gosh. My brother, when he started playing World of Warcraft, he would have always like a female starter character in the same realm. And he would just, every now and then, he was running low on gold. He would stay in the starting area and then just chat up other players until they'd send him gold, and then he'd forward the gold to his other account. Just mail it to himself. Happened all the time. All the time.
It's 6 months on heroin. No woman could love a creature like me, but this feels great anyways. I only haven't ended my life because I don't want to make any women happy. My obsession with an anime girl prevents me from talking to 3D women. Every night before going to sleep, I watch a video of her kissing the camera, and it is almost always the highlight of my day. May I know which one it is? Sue from Monster Musume.
These people. AI is taking over the world.
You know what? After the last video I did, I can't even judge this. Like, at least it's human looking. The bar is in hell. I have a huge crush on a coworker. I was talking at her about fishing, and I jokingly said I could buy her one of those toy Barbie fishing rods and teach her how to catch a fish. She said, I don't think I'd be interested in that, in the most disgusted tone of voice I've ever heard a human muster. I like how he said talking at her. Not with her, not talking with her, talking at her. Women love—
Well, exactly. I mean, what else do you think incel's gonna do? They can't talk with a woman. They have to talk at a woman. I mean, that's one of the reasons why it became such a problem, why it's proliferated so badly. Women think that they are 10s. Every single woman thinks that they are a 10, whether they are or not. And honestly, like 1 to 5 should be based off of looks, and another 1 to 5 should be based off of personality. That's how you get to a full 10. Because I don't understand how a lot of people are like, oh, that's a 10. And then it's just like you hear that person talking and it's like they're a heinous, evil person. It's like, you know what? That person's a 5. Like, that's how I've always been. I've always looked at people like personality is an important factor. But then again, I'm someone from a nuclear family. My parents have been together. My grandparents were together. My great-grandparents were together on both sides of the family. It's just like one of those things that I got used to. Like, you look at, for the longevity of it in every single thing. So I'd always see like a woman and it's just like, yeah, that's obviously not a good person. Same thing with like guys. If a guy doesn't mesh well, and I think that's why a lot of women hated me to begin with, because especially in college, I was walking everywhere in San Francisco. I lost like 100 pounds because I used to be overweight, and I've never gone back to that, but I have been gaining weight. But I never got back to that. But the second I'd start speaking, I'd piss them all off. But then again, I didn't want to impress anybody, because you treat someone different who, well, is special, because they deserve to be treated special. Like my wife deserves everything in the world and beyond that I could possibly give to her. But yeah, a lot of people don't think of things that way. They just look at a girl just like they think she's they think she's attractive, and they're like, yeah, of course, that's a 10. When people don't think about it, it's just like, well, everyone does age out of looks. So the most important thing is personality. But that isn't a factor. That isn't a factor. And sadly, women don't think about that either. They don't. They just want the looks. They just want the looks. Every woman thinks they're a 10, so of course they deserve the 6'7", 6-pack abs, able to lift 250 pounds. That kind of nonsense.
When you talk at them, just corner them and start yapping about World War I or like Warhammer lore. They f***ing love that shit. Just get right up in their face and explain to them the entire plot of Lord of the Rings. That's how you get him. My mom's new boyfriend is younger than me. Oh no, his mom is being hag-maxed. She's 52, I'm 23. He's 21. He could literally be my brother. What the f do they even talk about? Oh, don't worry about it, bro. They're not doing much talking. I wish a tomboy could just casually kidnap me and drag me into a room. Pasta cereal. I feel like tomboys are like an endangered species. What the f is that? Forget tomboys. You need to be kidnapped by the feds. You need to be exiled away
made me
from
want to
society
throw up.
for what you did to that pasta. My ancestors are weeping. The last time I met anyone was when I went to the psych ward a few years ago, where I got a crush on the first girl who ever showed me any interest. She ghosted me. Just my stupid Chungus life. Okay, honestly, good. Do not get with the f***ing girl you met at the psych ward, okay? None of this Harley Quinn Joker bullshit. You can't fix her. She can't fix you. No, no, no. Next. Today I found out the woman I have been pursuing is a lesbian. Burger meat hot
Who
dogs
took
for
a
me and my
dump
father,
on a
who
bun?
hates me. Okay, 1, that is doo-doo. That is poop from a butt. And 2, it is not over. It's not over. There's still one way you can date her. Put this on. I don't deserve love. Segregated Tic Tacs. I have an eating disorder. Gay. So I almost never actually cook. I'm eating plain strawberry yogurt out of a dog bowl this morning. F my lonely puppy life. Yesterday my scrambled eggs were oversalted. This morning they were undersalted. I have to kill myself.
Add more salt.
Wait, if the eggs are undersalted,
Add more salt.
can't you just put more salt on them? Wait, don't kill yourself. Just add more salt. Off to a VTuber burping compilation, and now I'm having the only meal I know how to make. Where the
What?
f did it all go wrong? That is disgusting, bro. Which
That's the thing. It's just like there's so many people that just clip things, and I think this is a part of the avenue where it went wrong. Where there's so many like, again, it goes back to when I was like watching the indie stream games from India, like that thing, and they had like this female streamers there, and like a lot of things that happened is a lot of guys started watching female streamers and thinking, you know what? She read my comment. She cares about me. No, not a matter of the fact that they sent her money and she read the comment that had money attached to it. Of course she's going to read your comment. But that really did endear a lot of people thinking like they have a chance with these people when they don't. I mean, it was all performative. I'd prefer someone just being outright and honest. That's why I was like, you know what? VTubers is much better. Women can have anonymity because guys are creeps out there. Women are creeps as well, but at least most of the time guys can fend off the creeps. But for women, it's just more insane. I mean, just look at what happened at the TwitchCon last year in 2025. Yeah, 2025 TwitchCon. I mean, the SA that happened right there, and the security did nothing except the personal security of the girl. Because there are a lot of crazy people out there. And it's just like you have to protect yourself as best you can. So VTubers make sense. But the fact that people are now looking up burping compilations of VTubers, that person's 2D. The benefit of the VTubers is there's a disconnect between the people and the original person. But the people are now falling in love with the animated person. But then again, I guess that goes back to the same person that had got a kiss from the squid girl.
VTuber. Which one so I know to avoid that channel? A female coworker complimented me on my shirt and I began to stutter trying to say thanks. This guy will remember that for the rest of his f***ing life. Men will be 85 years old on their deathbed, surrounded by their family. Remember—
It's funny. My shirts like this one, I've gotten complimented by on this shirt, but I think it was like a 52, 60-year-old woman who saw it and was like, you best remember that shirt, because down at the bottom, it's just like, I want what I want. I want what I want, when I want, where I want. I just have to ask my wife first. That's what the shirt says. And I got a compliment for that. It's just like, yep. I do remember that because I think my wife was there and she's like, oh, because it's just like, yeah, of course I'm going to remember that. It's endearing. It's endearing, especially when you see like the elderly folks see that and they're like, okay, not everyone is a lost cause. Not everyone is a lost cause. Well, I say like 50 being elderly, but at the same time, I've known a 50-year-old who was, well, more immature than high schoolers.
During the time some random woman complimented his Metallica shirt 45 years ago. Ladies, you want to make a random man's life? Compliment his shirt. Just make sure it's not one of those like Ahiago anime shirts though. That was a weird era. I like this canned tuna to imagine what it feels like to eat pussy. It doesn't taste like that or have that texture though. Put 5 pennies in your mouth, cut a hot dog down the middle, and then lick that. Probably closer. And here I am thinking the guy who licks a can of tuna pretending it was a pussy was rock bottom. What the f am I reading? Why can't you just buy a fleshlight or something like a normal person? The smell and the flavor are important factors here. Stop. If it smells and tastes like tuna, something is wrong. She has an infection. Suppose a girl has blocked you on every platform, but you know her address. For the past year, you've been sending her one GIF each month, each one bigger than the last. Sometimes you include a note. She's never responded, but you know she's receiving them.
You know, this is a scary thing. It's just like, I like to think that some of these are fake. There's no way there are these kinds of psychopaths out there. Because, again, this stuff does happen, let's be honest. But I prefer to believe we live in a world that isn't this psychotic. Of course, then I actually turn on the news and see that the world is even more psychotic than we could have possibly imagined.
How would you proceed? You don't. You don't proceed. None of these people at this party know I beat it to giantess vor animations. Maybe. But now the whole internet does. I love the people in the comments like, my man. It is just actually insane. Like, these people walk amongst us. Like, the guy in front of you in line at the bank might have a being eaten alive fetish. Who knows?
See, that's why I don't go to the bank. That's why I don't go outside. I prefer being trapped at home, and then I go to work. That's it. That's my life. Go to the store, get groceries, live my life in my little cabin right here. That's it. My little dungeon.
An acquaintance I have is talking with his girlfriend and 4 of her friends 40 feet away from me. He said, statistically, one of the 10 guys in this room is a rapist. They all looked at me. Funfetti pizza. I was talking to a girl who thought I was Latino. When I told her I'm Indian, she almost gagged. Woke up this Sunday morning. I'm still 5'9". Okay, 5'9" is not f***ing short. What the hell have the dating apps done to men? Women on dating apps have just, like, destroyed the male psyche. Like, dudes now believe if you're not 6'3", it's f***ing over. Didn't they just implement, like, a height filter on, like, Bumble or one of those apps or something? That is insane. Could you imagine they did a weight filter? Could you imagine no women under 170 pounds? Could you f***ing imagine? They would never. Paid for nudes for the first time. They weren't great nudes, but I kept paying because she talked to me. Spinning glizzy. She talked to you.
That wasn't her. If you pay for nudes and then you get responses that's either some Pakistani farm or an Indian or wherever they have the third-party sites that message for the OF people. Those are the ones who are messaging you, not her herself.
Huh? Are you sure about that? Are you sure you were talking to Cutie Pie Kitten 69 and not f***ing Kamal from Pakistan? Because apparently, that's the thing. Apparently, OnlyFans girls hire agencies in, like, India and Pakistan to, like, talk to their simps for them. I masturbate to girls until I am tired of them, so I won't have to approach them and then get rejected. Is this why the birth rate is so low? See, I was under the impression it was because the economy and because gender relations are so terrible in this country and, like, women want a career and they're on birth control, blah, 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 but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe there's just millions of this guy. Or maybe this is just Reddit. I can only get off to femboy hentai now. Corn on the cob, no salt, no butter, no nothing. This is the closest I can get to the feeling of eating out a girl's Oh, that's not... You know what? Maybe it is. I don't know. My cat was sitting on my lap and I had to make him move because I started to get hard when I saw a gif of Candace Owens. I was watching a not safe for work video with that one French girl and coomed just when the camera randomly zoomed in 4K HD on a guy's face, so I did a load to a guy. Felt a little bit cucked and gay and cried a little bit. You could have looked away. But you didn't. Did you? My body is permanently deformed and crippled by decades of compulsive...
That is a good point. You could look away. You could close your eyes. Just... Oh, the fact that he's just like, he stared into the eyes of the guy while continuing and finished. Instead of being like, oh, and then finishing. No, it's just stare right into the eyes.
Joyless masturbation. Everyone who sees me can tell instantly. Saw a female's body in the cheese and had to jerk off before finishing the plate. Microwaved cheese lasagna.
I'm not gonna lie, I could see it. Oh, this is bad.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pretend I didn't read the first part. What the f is that? That is not lasagna. That is an abomination. Show off to a VTuber crying compilation and the hardest I've ever in my life. I used to be a track star in high school and both my parents always loved me. How did I fall so far? It's actually so crazy how, like, you can do everything right as a parent. You could just be like a great, responsible parent and raise your kid right. And then one day on your son's like 13th birthday, you gift him his own computer. And then in a few years, he's masturbating to anime girls crying and posting about it on Reddit. Tofu broke apart just like my life. Yesterday, for the first time in my life, I looked for and watched cuck porn.
Yeah, the mistake you're making is you're making tofu. That's where you messed up. Well, why are you making tofu? That's one of the most disgusting non-veg or veg? Yeah, veg. Sorry. Veg proteins. Why are you making tofu?
On purpose.
Too much anime, probably.
I have a micro penis. All porn is cuck porn. You're sitting in a chair watching two people f***. You might as well be sitting in a chair in the corner of a hotel room watching two people on a bed. What's the difference? It is basically virtual cucking. Tried to jack off today, but all the was so bad I just turned my phone off and cried myself to sleep. Okay, the reason why you think the is boring is because you are so completely desensitized from seeing it all the time. Like 40 years ago, dudes were drinking it to like the Sears.
Yeah, the magazines, Sears catalogs, like she's about to say. I'm trying to think. I mean, there was like a Target magazines, like whatever came in, like because it was there. Heck, even like a century ago, a guy sees a woman's ankle, you know, yeah, that it goes because they see an ankle. But now we're so desensitized because there's so much out there that it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Like, heck, I could be walking in the store and there are women basically wearing next to nothing over at Costco or Walmart. And it means next to nothing because it's all over the place in the US. When I lived in San Francisco, where it was even worse. You see both guys and women not wearing anything. And it's just one of those things that is just like there's nothing. There's nothing. Of course, most of the time, they're all incredibly ugly. But then again, if someone's dressing like that, I already think their personality is very bad because someone who's dressing that way is literally just doing it for the attention of everybody. It's not for one particular special person. No, they want to get ogled. They want to get sexualized by everyone because they want to feel beautiful. And by dressing that way, it actually makes them feel beautiful. And I always thought that was incredibly disgusting. Why would you flaunt your body out for everybody just to make yourself feel a little better? Everyone's going to objectify you because you're making yourself out to be an object. But that's just how I've always perceived it.
Catalog underwear ads. And now the most insane, depraved shit you could ever fucking imagine is only like a few clicks away. Like, I just don't think humans were meant to live that way. Like, I don't think humans were meant to see sissy hypno inflation compilations every second of the day, you know? Whenever I masturbate, I leave my cum sitting in my underwear. We can smell it, by the way. We can smell the cum. Women especially can tell if you have recently masturbated. You ladies know what I'm talking about. Like, you go up to a guy and, like, you can just tell. Like, you can smell.
I don't think that's true. But what do I know? I mean, I'm not a woman. Maybe I have to get my wife in here and have her answer that question because I don't know.
If you're a guy and you're like, wait, is she joking? Is she being serious? Don't worry about it. Last night I jumped off and my goopy steamer of a load landed on my Xbox and fell into the ventilation of the console, and it turned me on so much I sprayed the console with 9 sprays of my mom's perfume and masturbated to the stench, and now it won't start. Breakfast to start the day. Why? Why? I've had this crush for 3 years and I want to screenshot and print some of her photos on Instagram to pee on them, but I can't even afford a printer, so I just wrote her name on a piece of paper and drowned it in my piss. I'm just a stupid pee cell. Why? I hate how the one time she wants to pop a for the gram is when she's breastfeeding. Got me using AI just to remove her baby from the pic. Save the earth and post them titties uncensored. Plump and full of milk. This video is turning me into a f***ing misandrist. This video is turning me into a femcel. I can't do this anymore. I'm dyeing my hair blue, I'm getting a nose ring, I'm growing out my armpit hair. The girl I like was wearing flip-flops and gym shorts at uni yesterday, sitting on the floor with her legs open.
I saw someone like that today at the store. The blue hair, it was just like, there's something about it. The person looked like a clown. They looked like a clown. It was just so bizarre. It was so bizarre seeing that. It was like, why? Because it's like they had to bleach their hair because it was like their hair was originally dark. And they had to bleach their hair first before they could dye it. So it was teal, then white at like in the middle, and then black at the roots. It was so discolored. So discolored because they hadn't done it in a while.
I went home and jerked off 6 times in a row thinking about her feet and her butt. Woke up today, went to pee, and noticed that a chunk of skin on the back of my is coming off. That's it! Men need to be born into prison and then earn their way out.
Yeah,
There's probably something
works.
terribly wrong with my colon. I've been told to seek medical advice ASAP for several months, but it will probably figure itself out one way or another. Well, you should probably go to the doctor if you don't want something bad. I wish older women would pee on me. Oh. God, the men you have sent to protect us are on Reddit, fantasizing about getting pissed on. Discovered cartoon pornography at the age of 8, and life sucks since then. My mom caught me dry humping my torn mattress to some AI.
See, this is the thing. This is what makes me think that this has to be fake. Nobody eats this. Nobody eats this. Fish looks like uncooked fish with hard-boiled eggs. Nobody eats this. Oh.
And hasn't looked at me in the eyes since. I haven't even touched a girl intimately yet, and I've lived half my life. I'm 39. Okay, first of all, bro is fart maxing. Second of all, men, you really gotta stop the porn. You gotta stop it, or like just way less of it. It's not good for you. Listen, I used to be super pro porn a few years ago. Not anymore.
Porn is bad. Porn is just inherently bad. It should be something that is safe between you and your partner. But then again, it's like trying to talk to. It's like trying to talk to someone who smokes weed. They're like, oh, I can quit at any time. It's non-addicting. It's allowed. It's just like with alcohol too. Those people who drink alcohol too much. Porn is habit forming. Weed is habit forming. Alcohol is habit forming. Soda is caffeine is habit forming. Cigarettes are nicotine is habit forming. Like literally almost everything out there. Watching anime is habit forming. Watching movies is habit forming. Everything out there in the world is forms habits. You just have to figure out a good life balance to where it doesn't destroy your life. And one of the things when you see people or women in general as nothing but sexual objects, I think you've gone down the pipeline too bad. Like, that's the funny thing. I would think being smoking weed, drinking alcohol, even though there can be massive problems that come from that, I think it's not nearly as bad as being completely addicted to like the corn sites. That would be completely destructive behavior, because you start viewing the world through that bizarre, non-existent lens. It's just crazy.
It's gotten so bad, especially after COVID. I feel like it got so much worse. I feel like addiction just kind of exploded in the past few years. In women too, as we have previously discussed. Like, sure, everything is fine in moderation, blah, 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 but I feel like there's just like no moderation anymore. I feel like fucking everyone is just a gooner. And it's making everybody depressed. We're just like a society running on like perpetual post-nut depression. Afraid to talk to women at work in case they allegation max. Just friendliness max and LARP as a normal-pilled creepiness minimizer. I asked a girl out at work and she reported me to HR.
So they're basically... So he's an incel, and the other people are telling him to be a performative male. That's literally what they're telling him. He's an incel, doesn't want to talk to women because he doesn't want them to report him. So he's basically the others are telling him, become a performative male. That's what I mean, is these people are exactly the same. These people are exactly the same. They've gone so far without any kind of a female attention that they turn into the performative male just to get a simple pat on the back. Just to get that comment of, oh, you're doing the right thing. Because if they're an incel, they're completely ignored, and they're exactly the same. Incels and performative males are the exact same person, just trying to do performative males are just trying to do what they can just for the compliment.
I think I'm gonna lose my job. See, this is sad. Like, back in the day, it was totally acceptable to flirt with your coworker, ask her on a date, whatever. Like, so many people's parents met because they worked together, because they were coworkers, and they flirted and they hung out and stuff. And now it's like not socially acceptable at all to do that. HR culture has ruined the relationship between men and women in the workplace. Fuck HR, go talk to your crush. I got called into HR because apparently it's not okay to jokingly ask my coworker if I could gargle her period. Oh, what the okay, never mind. Never mind, don't do that. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women at work. No more talking to women in general. Total ban on talking to women until we figure out what the hell is going on. Downloaded Tinder and got 2 matches in 5 days. Fuck my stupid, ugly life. Okay, from what I know from like men who use the apps that I've talked to, that's actually really good. Oh my god, they're all so
yeah, the 2 matches in 5 days. 2 matches in 5 days. That's the thing. It's just like most of the time, you don't get any matches. Because all the women want just that one guy. They all want that one generic AI photo where the guy is kind of like Samit from 90 Day Fiancé, how he met Jenny. He was, or his profile picture was a 6'5" American, or like, I think it was like some white dude with 6-pack abs talking to a 68-year-old woman. And it's just like, what the heck? What the heck? Is like, no, that's not me. I'm Indian. Like, it was so stupid. So stupid. But yeah, every single woman is going to swipe right. swipe right or left, whatever it is. They're going to swipe right on the attractive guy. The guy, you all know the generic picture I'm talking about. The one where the guy is standing there, like taking a selfie, and he's holding his shirt up like this. Everyone knows the photo. Everyone knows the photo because everyone's seen it. Anytime you see a guy taking a photo like that, you know exactly what they're doing. You know exactly what they're doing. Oh, I also don't talk much to women, too much, but IG, it's because I'm focused on my career, not a simp. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, do it when you feel most comfortable, and never let anyone get in your way of doing it. Never let anyone get in your way of doing it, as long as you're just not a creep. You find someone attractive, talk to them. Tell them you want to get to know them. And if their personality sucks, that's going to help you out to realize that they're not a good person. And you're going to no longer find them attractive. The problem is a lot of people, like I've seen this with my friend, where a lot of people will put someone on a pedestal and they'll idolize this person for years and years and years and years and years and never act on anything towards that person. So anytime someone else comes into their life, they will always compare it to that fictional person that they had never spoken to, never dated, because they put someone on a pedestal that isn't real. I'd rather people go talk to someone, find out if it'll work, instead of holding people up on a high pedestal. And this happens with both guys and girls. Find out if the person is even worth investing in. The problem is a lot of people are so afraid to talk to the person that they believe above them, not to realize, like this thing, I know I'm worth far more than a lot of other people because I know who I am. I know who I am. And I don't want to demean people who don't and are lost. I don't want to demean people. But at the same time, you've got to know who you are. And a lot of people are lost. And I know people who have never figured themselves out, But I know I have a high worth. And the thing is, I was always comfortable with myself. I didn't need to bother getting to know other people. I never really cared to. It was my wife that really broke me down. She literally hit me over the head with a hammer. It was like she was the barbarian of the situation. Hit me over the head with the hammer and brought me into her cave. And it's like, all right, whatever. Let's get married. I'm joking, of course. My wife is a genius. I went to India to steal her. But it's crazy how people don't... hold so many people high up on a pedestal. And even worse, they hold up these influencers on a pedestal who aren't even real. Like, that's the thing. I would never suspect anyone. Well, I would never want anyone to hold me up on a pedestal, because in the end, I have my own flaws. I have my own. Am I comfortable with who I am? Am I happy with who I am? Absolutely. Am I one of the greatest, luckiest guys to be married to my wife? Absolutely. She's the one that drew the short end of the stick on this relationship, because I'm a questionable person, I guess. My personality is just very blunt. But the thing is, just like, you have to be happy with who you are, and you have to pursue somebody. Talk to them. Because the most important thing in a relationship or getting to know somebody is a friendship. You have to see your life with that person forever. Someone that you're willing to spend all good days, all bad days, all, like, you know, you have to take your time to make them feel good. They take their time to make you feel good. You have to balance each other out, and you have to be willing to. But the thing is, not everyone is willing to do that. Not everyone has the personality to do that. Some people's personalities are completely different than your own. Like, my wife's personality is completely different than my own, because I'm a very blunt person. She's more empathetic. She's more she has a much more emotional intelligence than I do. I have like zero emotional intelligence. But my wife is a genius to begin with, so she has more time to think, and just her brain is like a mile a minute. So yeah, figure out yourself, and then approach people, talk to them. Don't go to someone and be like, crap, I'm trying to think of a pickup line. Oh, did it hurt? Oh, are you hurt? Are you hurt? Because when you fell out of heaven, Like, you know, that kind of stupid pickup line. Don't do any of that crap. Just talk to people. Just talk to them. Figure out who they are. That's the best way to go about it. That's the best way to go about it, because you want to be with your best friend forever. You don't want to be in a honeymoon phase forever, because that's impossible.
Mad at him in the replies. You get a f***ing match in less than a week and you complain? Stop humble bragging. I've gotten 0 matches in 3 months. 2 matches in 5 days? Why are you even here? My culture is not your costume. Fake cell. Go outside and get your life together. A true cell gets 0 matches. That's 2 people. How many do you need to be satisfied? Mods, take his balls away. 2 matches. Head on over to Kitchen Chads. Oh god, what is Kitchen Chads? Hold on. Kitchen Chads. It's real. Oh my god. I love cooking for my girlfriend with the money I make from my job. Made some ratatouille because I like...
Honestly, with everything I just said, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should get on Kitchen Chads. Oh, perfect thing to come after. Perfect thing to come after.
The movie. Might go for a run later. I have had sex before. This is like the Krusty Krab across the street from the chum bucket. This is evil. This is diabolical. Okay, let's go back to kitchen cells. We're done here. I haven't felt the touch of a woman in months. Months? Fake cell. Try 25 years. Boo, fake cell. Fake cell spotted. Went to the drugstore and the girl cashier was nice to me. Started stuttering, so she kind of giggled at me, so I left immediately. Felt so humiliated I couldn't stop myself to get home and masturbate to the idea of her suffering. Masturbating to the idea of her suffering. Incredible. This is some...
The thing is like, sometimes that nerdiness, that uncomfortability is endearing to some women, because they realize how innocent you are. I mean, heck, who is that streamer that made a career off of pretending to be Saikuno? Saikuno is a streamer that made a career and apparently was cheating on his fiance of 5 years, or girlfriend of 5 years, because he made a staple of it. He was just that shy boy. He's like, oh, don't, oh, you hugging me makes me feel so, oh. He played that shy boy so hard that women were like, he would just swoop into a woman's DM chat like, hey, hi, I've never done this before. And then he would constantly be in, he had a revolving door of all these streamer girls. A revolving door of all these streamer girls and all these other girls. Why? Because he played his cards right. Because there are people that actually find that endearing. The thing is, most fake performers, well, get stuck in their own head. Like apparently that guy running away after the fact. But yeah, there are people. You just have to realize that there's always someone out there that finds something like that. And as you get to know someone, you'll get better. You'll get better. And of course, the worst thing they can say is no. Come on. That's an outright lie. That's an outright lie. The kindest thing they can say is no. The kindest thing they can say is no. I hate that lie that the worst thing they can say is no. It's like, no. They can laugh at you. They can report you. There's so many things they can do that no would actually be a kindness. But yeah, you just never give up off of just one no. You move on to the next person because obviously their personality didn't mesh well with yours.
Classic incel. I like how there's just like a bunch of people in the comments like, dude, what the f***? Bro, get some help. Fake cells when a real incel pulls up. A girl I know has recently added me to her close friend stories. Well, today she posted a poll asking what color she should paint her toenails, and apparently my answer was, quote, too specific. I'm no longer in her close friends list. I once walked up to a woman I went to school with since middle school at a bar. Before I could even finish saying hello and asking how she was, a guy put himself between us and asked her if she knew me. She said no. I'm pretty sure they're married now. 22, no driver's license, no post-high school education, never had a job, never kissed a woman, and have horrible social anxiety. Flying bundle of bananas for dinner. I'm Albanian. F*** you. I'm half Jewish, half Indian. It was over.
That avocado.
At birth. You didn't have to tell us the half Jewish part. We could tell by the circumcised avocado. 5'3". Finally got the confidence to walk up to a girl at a bar and she bent down and asked me where my parents are. Oh no. Judging by what we have seen around this subreddit, some guys would be totally into that. Some men are drowning, while others die of thirst. I should clean my bathroom, but without the drain flies, I have nobody left to keep me company. Asmongold, is that you? You don't just have your drain flies. Look.
Oh, even an ant in the meal.
A little ant trans friend too. See, it's not all bad. Made peach cobbler. I have a date tomorrow. Maybe my femcel gay life is over. A woman going on to a incel subreddit talking about how she has a date tomorrow. This is just evil. This is just like eating a 5-course meal in front of a starving African child. What are you doing, bitch? I'm a femcel loser who can't talk to people and spends all her time playing games. Guy I had a crush on from high school told me he wasn't interested in a relationship, but I think he's lying and didn't want to tell me he's not interested because I'm fat, chopped, and broke. My fucking loser virgin life. I'm about to turn 25 and I'm still a virgin. I feel like it's too late now. Everyone knows more about intimacy than I ever could, and no one will ever want an unattractive, inexperienced femcel. I'm just a lonely virgin femcel gay.
You see what I mean? Like, this is the female version of the Saikuno type. Oh, I'm shy. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, please, no, I don't know. I don't know. Can you teach me? Can you teach me? It's the same thing. It's the same exact thing. There's always a market there for everyone. For everyone. Yes, is the dating scene like absolute garbage? Completely. It's absolute garbage. Like, heck, there was a while, like, not, I think last year, where women were going around getting all dolled up just to go for a walk, just so they could be approached. And they were upset, and they would do like a TikTok reel complaining about how they weren't approached or commented on. Why? Because for the past 10 years, guys were being insulted, criticized, kicked out of gyms just because a woman was like, oh, they looked at me. Oh, they looked at me. That it's completely changed the dating pool to where you have to go on this in order to actually talk to somebody, because you can't approach anyone in real life. You just can't. And the only ones that can are like good-looking guys, are the ones that are over 6 feet tall, the ones that are better built. They can go up anywhere and talk to somebody, and it's not seen as, oh, you're harassment. It's not seen as creepy. Why? Because the women find that attractive. They like an attractive person approaching them. Women do not want an ugly person approaching them. But the same thing, it goes same for guys. Guys don't want a whale approaching them. Guys would prefer an attractive woman approaching them. It's the same thing. But guys can't call a whale when they approach them a whale. They have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gay. To turn them away. Because again, that whale thinks they're a 10. The whale thinks they're a 10. Because every single woman now believes themselves to be the cream of the crop. And that's because they always walk outside wearing next to nothing. And of course, most guys are gonna look. Most guys are gonna see everything that's just displayed everywhere. Oh, well, I'm 5'11". That's tall. That is tall.
Bro, why are there women in this incel community? They're like f***ing locusts. They come in, they gentrify everything. Sports, politics, board games, video games. Now the incel community, the hating women club is being invaded by women. Is nothing sacred? There's no such thing as a female incel, okay? There's no such thing as a heterosexual female incel. Dating and finding a relationship, different. But any man would f*** you. It doesn't matter how fat, how socially awkward, how ugly. Men f*** couches. Men f*** rotisserie chickens. You can find a man who will f*** you. All female incels are volcels. That is my hot take. I know I'm a fake cell, but I truly wish I was a true cell. The only woman who truly loved me for who I am is gone from this world, and I'm the only one to blame. I wish I was a true cell so I didn't know what true love felt like. Sometimes when I cook, I like to imagine I'm cooking for a loving partner who's excited for me to join them at the table, but then I turn around and nobody's there, and a little part of me dies inside. Every night I go to sleep thinking about kissing a girl just once. Another man's child has the eyes of the woman I love. She's better off without me, and soon enough she'll forget the color of my eyes and the way we laugh together, while I'll be trapped in those memories forever. I like how in the women posting Elle's video it was like, I got drunk and peed on my date, teehee, and the men posting Elle's video it's like, I want to myself. Like, this shit isn't even funny. I don't even know what to say to this. This is just depressing. Black bean chili. Mom would hit me until I stopped crying as a kid, and now I'm an emotional wreck to any girl I talk to. Oh god, I'm so sorry. I need a girl to beat me like my mom did. Oh. A Freud cell. I've given up on getting women. My goal now is to get as fat as—
Saikuno was Playboy, but the women were playing into it before all this exploded. One of the women still wanted to get with him after knowing he had a girlfriend for years. It's not just looks, but money. Yeah. Well, again, if you go to the Saikuno situation, the thing is, after a guy comes out of being like this insane human being, playboy, or monster, like, there are probably, the sad thing is, like, most guys out there who are struggling to find, like, the one, keep this in mind. There are serial killers in prison that are getting mail from multiple dozens upon dozens of women. There are serial killers in prison receiving love mail from women. When you yourself are out there being a genuine human being and can't find somebody. Yeah, it's very, very, very disgusting. Very disgusting.
It's possible. A friend of mine said I look like a serial killer, but not a hot one. What's up with women in the serial killer shit? Okay, for all my weird flaws, at least I do not have a serial killer fetish, okay? That is what I do not have. I can't stop having homosexual fantasies about me and my classmate, and I wake up with a boner every morning. The cold showers are not fun. I'm not gay, but imagining how slim his legs are makes me feel hot. I'm not gay, but I keep fantasizing about how soft and smooth bro's legs are. I was in the bathroom trying to eat a banana when two guys walked in and I could hear them kissing. I squashed my banana in anger because of the jealousy I felt. And to make matters worse, I think I grabbed the wrong kind of banana. Haha, I just accidentally squeezed my dick to the sound of two men kissing. I cook so often for my roommate that I've started to feel like his boy wife. Maybe in another life I was his gatherer trad wife and he was my Chad Hunter husband. Is it time to start femboy maxing? Sometimes I have inappropriate thoughts about other men and I hit myself in the head repeatedly. Men out here fighting demons. And the demons is bisexuality. Listen, it's 2025. Nobody gives a shit if you're gay anymore. That's basically like being straight nowadays in the world of demisexual gender goblins.
No, being straight is actually worse. Being gay is not a big deal. Right now, the big fad is transitioning.
Or whatever the fuck. You're good, bro. Just don't be a furry. Went on Grindr to see if I was lovable and they rejected me. You were rejected on Grindr? That's impossible. Dudes will literally hit up someone on Grindr before the person even has a profile picture. They'll just like get in the DMs like, hey, wanna bang? I swear to God, talk to any gay male friend of yours. They will say the same. The gay male community is what all of human sexuality would look like if women were not the gatekeepers of sex. And it's horrifying. I've said before that hookup culture is basically straight people culturally appropriating gay culture, and it's been a complete disaster for society. 18 male. I haven't seen my friends in months, and all I do with my time is work at my job. Welcome to being an adult, unfortunately. Welcome to the next 45 years of your life. I love the people in the comments like, imagine having a job, you have friends? This guy is doing better than like 90% of this subreddit, and he's only 18. It's never been less over for someone. I'm only 16, and I've already wasted my entire life. I'm gonna turn 18 in a few days. I'm below average in everything. If you're 17 years old, you are basically a child. You are a baby. What are you doing on the incel subreddit? All these people like, oh, I'm 16, oh, I'm 17. Is it
it's the high school dynamic where people believe that their entire life revolves around it. Their entire life is in high school. Like, I don't understand. Again, I know, Mike, I'm shaped by my upbringing, and since I spent the majority of my childhood in the hospital, I didn't think I was going to make it past 20. And when I did, it's just like I have a massive life ahead of me. But I never once was of the mind of like, oh, my life is over. My life is over. It was just so freaking ridiculous. Why do people think that way? There's so much to life. And yes, you can get hit by a bus tomorrow. Isekai gods are going to come and take you to another planet. That can possibly happen. But the thing is, I love myself some isekai genre. But the thing is, it's like you can't live your life negatively. Find the things you enjoy. Hopefully not in excess of corn. Find the things you enjoy. Like at a young age, I found out what I had to do for outlets from like suffering through pain and things like that. Most people didn't have that. I had to be more mature at a young age that when I finally became an adult, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to immature myself a bit. But I never became some of those people that are just so like, again, in the US, you come across them a lot where you come across like 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds who are still mentally in high school. And the majority of them are women. Because in the end, I mean, a woman doesn't need to do much. Like Shu was saying, it doesn't need to do much to, well, get a guy to bed. And then the guy has to go to work. The guy has to pay for child support because they're not going to stick around for that. The guy has to end up having to do everything, and then she's just gonna, well, find another guy, have another child.
over for me? This was me at 16, okay? Quoting Invader Zim, going on newgrounds.com, and now look at me. You know, on second thought, I am exactly where someone like that would end up, aren't I? Never mind. What I'm trying to say is it's not over, okay? It's never over, but it's especially not over when you are that young. It's not like you're 36 or something. A pretty girl sat next to me on the bus and I leaked a bit of pre-com. I'm 36. Oh. Sorry. Spent my last $10 on OnlyFans. Here's my dinner. Why would you spend money on some stupid whore when you could spend money on a different stupid whore? Me. I won't get naked or talk to you, but you can support me on Patreon. All patrons get the uncensored version of every video, so you can hear me say, fuck shit, bitch. Link down below. Much smarter way to waste your money, if I do say so myself. Anyway, obviously, many of these people are being silly, they're being tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, a lot of that is not, well, hopefully, one can hope that it's not real. One can hope that it's not real, but you never truly know. You never truly know, especially this day and age. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. But it is rather disgusting. It is rather disgusting, you know, seeing that and being like, what has the world come to? What has the world come to? But a lot of it is like guys not being able to receive the attention they I don't think they once had, but social media, again, it's always comes back to like social media, has put in people's minds a certain kind of vision of the world. Whether they watch too much corn as a kid, whether they watch like old time TV shows or like High School Musical or things like that, where you see the guys and girls both getting along, both getting to know each other. That's not what it's like. Again, I didn't really go to high school, but anytime I was around my brothers, it was normally a group of guys that were spending time together. One or two would go out on dates, and then their dates, or the ones they were boyfriend and girlfriend with, would end up cheating on each other because that's just high school. That's just high school. And I saw that firsthand. I never experienced that because, again, I was sick. But a lot of these people have a different kind of perspective of the world because of social media. They have a different kind of standard of looks because of social media. And the funny thing is, I mean, they probably follow people on social media that aren't even real people, that have faked who they are, filtered their way into being one of the most beautiful influencers. And they're just like, I want that life. I want that girl. I want that guy. I want that car. I want that money. When that's honestly one of the worst kind of mindsets to have. Like, again, when I was younger, I mean, I didn't spend a lot of time in school, but every time I did, but my mother spent a ton of money trying to get me and my brothers into a private school, where everyone in that private school was, guess what? Filthy rich, because it was just a bunch of rich kids. It was just a bunch of rich kids. And again, that there's nothing wrong with rich kids. There's nothing wrong with rich kids. The problem is if like my brothers would have rich friends, they'd go to their houses and then they'd feel depressed about themselves because, well, their parents, their friends' parents were able to buy the kids a brand new car when they turned 18. We're able to buy the brand new game console that year. We're able to buy like all that stuff. All that stuff. It's like, why? Why? Luckily, I never really had that mentality because it's just like, well, my parents did what they could. And again, I always looked at it as just like, it's the parents. It's the parents affording all that crap. It's not those kids. Those kids aren't making that money for themselves. Maybe they'll be uplifted into the family wealth, but with how many kids a lot of them had, that wasn't the case. They'd probably just set some money aside and let them do what they want with it. But yeah, a lot of people look at that. And the problem is, I saw that growing up firsthand. But that was before social media really took over. Now, everyone sees that rich person living their lavish life. Everyone sees the children of millionaires and billionaires living their life. And everyone wants to be in that life. Everyone wants to be in that life. And everyone gets depressed about themselves because they want to, well, be in that situation. They want to be the rich child. They want to have everything they could possibly want. They want nothing to worry about. And the problem is the world's gotten so small, and social media really encourages those people that have the time to do that kind of stuff, that it makes people a lot more depressed because they want that for themselves. Like, I'm lucky at the time I was growing up. Social media, yes, it was a thing. Yes, there were people creating fake accounts, but it wasn't as prevalent as it is today. With the Instagrams, with the TikToks, with all these platforms, the Snapchats, all that stuff. Luckily, I never got into that stuff. But the thing is, it's just like, it just reminds me of like, yeah, being a kid, going to a private school, seeing all the rich kids, kind of disheartening, especially seeing my brothers get disheartened from the whole thing because they would compare themselves, their own family, to the rich kid's family. Now imagine the entire world being able to compare themselves to the richest and wealthiest.
You guys got a video? That was so bad.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait like that.